Okay, that was good. This was a fun arena to do battle in. And the theme, like that enemy just looks so much more impressive and cool in the remake, I've got to say. It's to be expected, of course, but still, I mean, it was really fun to fight it. And it hit us with a lot of status effects, which is what I wanted to see as well. But the thing about Final Fantasy VII is that you can't really protect from a lot of status at the same time. That's always been a bit of a thing. So if you look at your situation here, I mean, so we got... Where's the time worn thingy? There you go. Increases spirit by 10%. Okay, so let's say you can equip this and that makes you immune to poison. Yeah, but what about sleep? What about silence? What about slow? So you can only really protect against one, maybe two at a time. So through your materia, you can maybe get yourself protected from what, let's say. You'd have to use like warding, for example, but that's 2,500. So by the time you get your 3 characters anywhere near being able to protect from multiple debuffs, you're basically end game, post game kind of content. Not even end game, basically like post game, hard super boss kind of level. So that's interesting. One thing I forgot to do was even fill out these materia slots, because I'd improved these weapons and I forgot that I had new materia slots. So I didn't have Isuna, which could help when I get multiple negative statuses, which is going to be much more likely moving forward. So we'll give her a warding one. She's almost up to plus 30% HP, which is nice. Okay, we'll keep moving with this for now. There he is. Legend.
Aerith!
Very impressive. I really must thank you for providing me such invaluable combat data.
Cocky little egghead, ain't you?
The results provided by my predictive models indicate that this force should be more than capable of handling you.
Y'all about to learn predictable.
We're taking Aerith back.
Oh, take her back, you say? Correct me if I am wrong, but did the girl not come here of her own free will? Or do you mean to tell me that she is your personal property?
She only came here to save Marlene.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. But I really can't be bothered to explain. This facility is home to extraordinary specimens that will change the world as we know it. Do try to be considerate.
Okay, so he thinks this unit is going to take me out. Well, let me show him a little something. Like this.
On target. Holding position.
Calling fire. Run's over.
Oh wow, okay, almost all of them are dead. Perfect.
Need a light?
Oh yeah, doing some big time damage now. I just want to get that ability.
I'll stop him.
No, you ain't going nowhere, bro. You ain't going nowhere fast. Yeah, blade burst.
I'm through with you.
Gotta fight to win.
How's that?
Looks like your models got it wrong.
Yes, an unknown variable, perhaps. Well, no matter. Reinforcements will soon arrive.
But will they get here in time to save you from me? Yeah.
No, not quite. Oh, now I recall. My memory was mistaken. My boy, you weren't a soldier.
What? What is this fascinating phenomenon? What's happening? Where are you taking me?
What are those things up to this time?
Cloud!
Barrett.
Got it. Stand back.
You came for me.
Yep.
You good? I'm great.
Thanks for saving Marlene. I owe you one.
Save it for later.
Say what now? We've got lightsaber bros? Okay.
Don't overdo it.
Need my help, do you?
Whatever.
Bang, bang.
Who got the lightning is the question here. Thankfully they're slow as shit. Tactical days are not available. Okay. Very well.
Okay, let's go.
I think she should have... Who's got it? Poison breach. Someone should have light. I swear I gave it to someone. I guess not. Anyway.
Nothing to worry about.
I think I can get this in before skewered happens. Can I? Okay, I still took the damage, but I didn't get interrupted, I guess.
You're up.
I got this.
I'll need to still use some magic. We'll work on B.
Too easy.
That's still good damage. That's still good damage. Oh, I learned self-destruct? I didn't know that.
Let's finish this.
Let's do this. I'll send you around the world and back.
Ah, damn it. I don't think it reached him. Oh,
And I'm gonna pay you back twofold.
that was interesting.
You got this.
Hang back.
Whoa.
Deal with that.
Guess it's my turn.
Okay. I've got to be very careful now. I didn't think eject was going to do damage. It wasn't like self-destruct.
Bring it home.
Let's do this.
But let's be careful here.
Not done yet.
Let's try that again.
Okay.
You're out of luck. Take the lead.
Need my help, do you? You can handle this.
Let me handle this. It's on you.
My turn.
Okay.
Keep it together.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Should stagger him soon. There we go.
Don't look now, but it's about to get real. All on the bang.
Hard as hell.
But again, it fades too fast. I don't know how to make the stagger last longer. Let me get closer.
No escape for you.
There we go.
Good luck.
Take it over.
Gotcha. There.
You can stagger him fairly easily, so that's good.
You're done.
Alright, let's give him an infinity's end.
Take him down.
You ain't gonna get away.
Barrett, give him a smackdown.
Give it all you got.
They can take a hit, man. Shit. Let's get a free heal in.
No need to panic. No more games. It's over.
I got this.
Little fuckers.
Take the lead.
About damn
Time to get serious.
All set.
Aerith, you okay?
Thank you.
No biggie.
Let's get out of here.
There he is.
The hell was that thing?
We need to go. Aerith!
What the?
Come on.
Has she joined the party? I don't think she has. So let me just quickly head back if I can. So that I can recover from that bench. It's this bit, right? I think it's sealed off now. Okay. So yeah, Red 13 hasn't been introduced in the same way that he was last time, but like I said, that didn't really surprise me, to be honest.
What? You want to go?
Stop. This child's a friend.
So what the hell is it?
A fascinating question.
Did it just talk?
You asked what it is. I am that which you see before you. Nothing more. I'd appreciate it if we simply left it at that. Agreed?
13?
Red 13. The designation given to me by Hojo.
Then you must have another name. What is it?
He got away.
So, we're gonna go get the son of a bitch.
Oh. So we finally got to meet Red 13.
I have come for you. Together we will reclaim our world. Mother, they have come again.
There we go. Finally, things starting to get a bit weird.
You know, Reno, I think you might be due for some R&R.
Nah, I'm good.
What are we going to do about Sector 7?
We are going to do nothing.
Been thinking, was all that necessary?
Had we refused, someone else would have completed the task. We have spared that someone the burden of a guilty conscience. Perhaps that will ease yours.
Yeah, nope.
Let's try another tack then. They were a sacrifice to balance the scales.
Say what?
After everything we'd taken from the planet, we were due to give something back.
Do you actually believe that?
Does it matter? Yes, understood. The VP needs us.
Cloud.
Oh, thank goodness. You're awake.
You okay?
Yeah. Where are we?
Where I lived when I was still a child.
Man, this is so cool. Now we literally have a party starting to form. So we've got Red 13, we've got Aerith back, the five of us here. This is what I love. This is when Final Fantasy really shines for me. Great to see Red 13 again. Yeah, he's not playable in this one, but hopefully, I mean, it's just great to have him around. Even hearing that theme when he started talking, everyone's reactions and all that stuff, it's just great to have him. It's just great to have him back. So yeah, let's talk to Aerith and continue.
My mom and I stayed here years ago when I was just a little girl. The room looks exactly the same.
If she painted that, that's pretty damn good.
Every morning, they'd come and take my mom away. I remember crying here alone.
Aerith. Before we break out of here, talk to us. There's so much we don't know.
I'm a descendant of the ancients. That's pretty much it, really. Oh, but just so you know, that's not their actual name. They called themselves the Cetra.
We who were born of the planet, with her we speak, her flesh we shape. Unto her promised land shall we one day return. By her loving grace and providence, may we take our place in paradise.
You know it.
Yeah, well, honestly, I thought that part was just a fairy tale.
Shinra thinks it's true. They've been searching for the Promised Land for a long time.
And they must think you can lead them to it. Can you?
Nope. Someday, maybe, I'll find it in me. But now, not even if I wanted to.
Even if you could, that land belongs to the... to you and your people. Shinra's after it because they believe it's rich in Mako. Mako they've got no right to claim. But they'll try to take it anyway, won't they? Greedy bastards will never stop. Okay, new plan. Y'all take Aerith and get the hell out of here. Me, I'm gonna go bust some Shinra heads.
Barrett, wait. You can't do that.
Oh, great. These assholes again. Probably some Shinra science experiment.
Whispers. Perhaps best described as arbiters of fate. They are drawn to those who attempt to alter destiny's course and ensure they do not.
Like capital D? Destiny?
The flow of the great river that is the planet, from inception to oblivion.
And you're saying that that flow is somehow fixed?
Yes, for it is the will of the planet itself.
So if we're destined for a bleak future, these Whispers will try to keep us on that course? Now wait just a damn minute. How in the hell can you possibly know any of that? Spouting that cryptic stuff, which could all be bullshit. Ain't you a Shinra lab rat or dog?
I'm not a rat dog. When Aerith reached out to me, I found this knowledge of the Whispers.
Listen to me. Please.
Aerith!
The Shinra Electric Power Company isn't the real enemy. It started with them, sure, but I promise you, there's a much bigger threat. I just want to do everything in my power to help. All of you. And the planet.
Aerith, what are you not telling us?
I'm lost in a maze, and every step is taking me further from the path. Every time the Whispers touch me, I lose something, a part of myself. Follow them, the yellow flowers.
It's okay. We'll find a way out together.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay, so that was kind of really weird and interesting. And I guess this is probably one of the most obvious things we've seen that deviates from the main story. So ever since these kind of, well, I guess we now know that they're called Whispers. Ever since they appeared, I've thought, like, what is going on with them? They kind of keep appearing and trying to kind of meddle with things, and they're not really like changing. Like, we defeat them and they disappear, and they just come in at these random times. And to be honest, like the first time we encountered them, I just thought they were just like a new sort of way of presenting the ghost enemies that we used to see in near Sector 7, so like in the train graveyard and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, once we actually got to the train graveyard, you see that they really are just different entities. And I think that they're just like totally new entities that have been brought into this game. Now, in terms of what that means for the story, it's too early for me to say right now, because I mean, if they really are the Arbiters of Fate, then they're trying to protect some sort of timeline. And obviously that timeline looks like what has previously happened in the game. So, I mean, thinking about it, obviously, I'm trying to think of what's changed from the original story so far, and I'm thinking about Wedge being alive. And because I'm playing this like before release, and it's been fairly intense like with the recording. I've been really enjoying trying to get through the game and just and see what's going to happen. I haven't really spent too much time like researching stuff, but I'm pretty certain, like 99% sure, that Wedge doesn't die at this stage in the original. Now, I speculate a couple of times that what if something happens and Wedge later dies. Now, as I understand it, these Arbiters of Fate would be trying to kill Wedge, but then I'd be like, well, why haven't they done it already? Like, they're okay with certain things not happening as they should, but they're protecting certain like important things from happening. So that's a bit weird. Now, one thing I'm going to go to, and I think from here on, like while I'm playing, I still try to frame it in these terms until I see something that makes me like 100% sure that it isn't. If you guys would have seen, I made a video about an interview done with Kitase and Hamaguchi, so two very prominent, important figures in the remake. And Kitase, his own words about this stuff was that one of the main reasons they made multiple games in the first place was because when they looked at the original game and what they wanted to keep and what they wanted to take out, they decided that pretty much everything that happened in the original was essential to the experience, and that's why they wanted to make this bigger multiple game experience to make sure they had everything from the original. So on the one hand, I'm thinking, is this some kind of indication of things to come, like, oh, we're going to deviate from the path? But then, like, why would he say something like that? So I'm, at the moment, I don't want to make like an ultimate judgment about whether this is going to be a good or bad thing. I'll have to wait until the end of the game to see what happens, because it's looking like we're probably going to set ourselves up to fight against these guys in some bigger way. Now, I'm just thinking that, again, since this is Midgar only, and the game is going to end with, basically it should end with Motorball or whatever it was called, that final mech that you fight while you're trying to escape. It's not really a very like climactic and epic ending, and at the end of the day, you're marketing this game as like a fully priced, like full Final Fantasy experience in and of itself, even though it's only part one of a remake. So I feel like the ending is going to be where we're going to see those changes happen most likely, and it seems like these Arbiters of Fate things are going to really like feature quite heavily. Now, I don't know if eventually they're going to win and it's going to be like, well, sorry, certain things are set in stone. Obviously talking about like events in the future that we already know is going to happen, or are we going to like defeat them and it's going to be a metaphor for like, oh, the remake isn't actually as similar or as like loyal to the original story as you thought. At the moment, I can't tell which it is. But I would lean towards, at the moment, the fact that it's probably a device that they wanted to include more for like the first game of the remake, just to give the ending like a different flavor and a different feel, and maybe keep the door open for like smaller changes happening in the future. So I don't think like this means that there's going to be some big like new story, but I mean, we're going to have to see how this all plays out. It's really interesting, and honestly, I wasn't expecting them to start to feature in this way and like have this role and that kind of thing. But I think like looking further forward, I'm still at the moment, my gut reaction is that they're probably just like more of like a plot device to help make the end of the first game more exciting than just like fighting Motorball, and like giving us like a different kind of feel and a more traditional kind of finale. Because Final Fantasy is often about like characters trying to defeat like something bigger than themselves, in terms of like, it could be a god, it could be like, I don't know, deity like beings, it could be like an incredibly powerful being, that kind of stuff. And well, at the end of the day, for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, we don't have that figure. So I feel like maybe these Arbiters of Fate are going to serve the story in that sort of way. So no like massive judgments about it yet, but it is kind of curious. But I'm just going to keep playing as if they're not that much of a feature right now, because the only thing I've really noticed so far, like that's majorly of interest, is the fact that Wedge isn't dead. So we need to see how all of this is going to play out before we really get into it, and what does this mean for the remake.